Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. And today I will be reading an Arlecchino Listener by me. So let's get into it. Arlecchino was a tough person, and that meant even in a relationship, not many people could use that against her. Some people have tried using her children at the house against her, and that never went well. Either the children themselves proved themselves to be worthy and fought against them, or other unsavory things happened. But never once did it work, because they all knew just what father meant to them, and how they would not let themselves be used against her. That meant that for anyone trying to get a reaction out of Arlecchino, it would be difficult. That did not stop them from trying, especially with her new relationship with you. It was an encouragement to whoever wanted to try and use these circumstances against her to blackmail her. And that would not be easy. But everyone just wanted to try what would work with this harbinger, since apparently she had no weakness. And right now, as they watched you walk away from Arlecchino's home, they decided on their plan. And you had no idea just what amount of trouble you'd be in very soon. And neither did Arlecchino. But when she woke up with a letter at her door and a couple of her children standing like something bad had happened, she knew whatever it was something that was truly terrible to get them to be panicking to this degree. What is it? What's that look on your face? And after a bit of stuttering, one of them spoke up and told her that they had found a letter addressed to her and gave her the contents. A picture of you passed out on the cold floor and the letter for a ransom. Seriously, ransom these days? That's quite old and boring. I can't believe they chose me to do that. They could have asked for a lot of meaningful things. But oh well. Ransom, they say. I'll give them what they ask for. I'll make this very memorable for them. And although some of the children were quite panicking, so long as Arlecchino was not mad, then that was none of their business. Well, they were not sure if Arlecchino wasn't mad. For all they know, father could be furious, and yet that rage would never show on her face. That was how terrifying she could be at times. Arlecchino immediately left and tried to find you, trying to see all the clues she could. She even got her best children to track and see where you could have been taken to. And after running some investigations, she finally found out where the person who sent the letter is. And that's all she needed to identify her location. And then, it was an easy job from there. She just felt a little bit bad that you got roped up in the mess. But for the most part, she knew this was about to be fun. That's why, when you woke up in your little cellar, to the sound of someone screaming, you immediately knew who was causing this. Arlecchino? Are you here? Yes, darling. I'm finally back. I'm sorry I took too long. I didn't even notice anything. I barely passed out. What's going on? Don't you worry about it. Go back to sleep, my darling. I'll deal with them, she said. In reality, it hasn't been more than 8 hours, and she had already dealt with the matter entirely. Nobody could be allowed to use you against her. And moreover, nobody could take what's hers, especially you. And as soon as everybody that took you had learned their lesson effectively, she unlocked the cellar that you were in and wrapped you in her arms carrying you home. How are you feeling? Is everything okay? I'm perfectly fine. You don't have to worry about me. It's my job to worry about you. If I didn't worry, who else would? You chuckle a little bit. She does not usually spoil you like this, but you needed it. You were a little scared, if you were to be honest. But you didn't want to seem a little bit too much of a coward to her, especially since this was very basic territory. But the way she had saved you and immediately got you back, that was something you were certain of. She would protect you, always. And you always felt safe as long as you were with her. And even apart, you knew her eyes were everywhere. It was just a little bit of a perk being with a Fatui Harbinger. It meant that you would always receive the utmost level of care, even if that put you in harm's way. With Arlecchino, nothing could ever get to you, no matter how close it may inch. And as she took you home and checked you for injuries, she was silently assured that you were fine and took your palms in her hands. She pressed soft kisses to them, smiling. I'm sorry you had to go through that. Next time, I'll be sure to appoint you some guards to prevent anything like this happening again. Arlie, you don't have to. I'll be fine. Please, allow me to do that, sweetheart. I'm sure it will be necessary. At least for the next couple days. It will be important. And although you were a little bit unsure of that, you agreed. You would never doubt Arlecchino's intel, or any of her feelings about anything. Well, more intuition. It was her job after all. For now, you just wanted to be in her arms. And she would certainly do that. She would allow you a lot of her time, just because she knew how much you needed it, and how much you wanted to be with her. She wouldn't let you be alone in the time of need like this. And so as the two of you cuddled close, your close experience to danger was a little bit more than nothing, as no one would dare to even do anything to you, as long as you would be considered hers. Not that Arlecchino would let them, even.